Well, you've had these interesting expansion models through your business, but it is also true that the real estate and, as you mentioned, the construction sectors have faced turbulent times recently. So how has that impacted your business, and what do you see as the way forward from these times?
So I think the biggest pain has been in the private builder space. We are exposed about 20% directly and indirectly to the private builder. So that's where the pain is. Volume is not so much of a concern currently. I think payment is a concern. So I think receivables across segments is under pressure. There's always a cycle. This is a down cycle. To my mind, we have hit the trough. We've hit the bottom. It's only looking up now. Government is doing a very large amount of work. Government spending is up. So I think a lot of us may not see the immediate effects of this government regime change, but I think a lot of work is happening on ground. We'll see that happening over the next couple of years. I do see a lot of positive going forward. Maybe another 6 to 9 months of pain, but otherwise macro, I think India is looking very, very good.
Great. Well, you've brought up this issue of government influence on your sector, and of course there are some very interesting initiatives now that are being talked about a lot. There's Housing for All by 2020, 100 smart cities in India. So this of course must pose a great opportunity for your business, for your sector. How do you really plan to capitalize on this opportunity?
So Housing for All 2020 is a reality. It has to happen, considering India hasn't built any city apart from Chandigarh since independence. We've not built any hill station since the British era. So to that extent, cities are going to be built. We had 2 live examples. One is Dholera, which the Prime Minister had started while he was Chief Minister in Gujarat. The other one is Amravati. We're looking at Chandrababu Naidu creating a completely new capital for his state, Simandra. So things are happening, but apart from that, I think this whole urbanization story. So you have the small little towns in India who don't even feature as a bindi on the entire map. These are the towns where a hospital is coming up, a school is coming up, a 2-star, 3-star hotel is coming up. India being India, 20 mandirs, masjids, gurudwaras, all of that come up. Organized retail is coming up. That's urbanization. So I think capturing that, we have nobody to capture it. We are 8-9% market share. If we keep growing at the 20% pace which we are looking at, we would be helping urbanization story. So from that point of view, wherever we look, there is demand. It's a question of really getting there, first mover advantage and all of that, rather than looking for demand. I think there's demand everywhere. We need to be filtering as to where we want to be and where we don't want to be.
You have several patents filed, and some of your products are really cutting edge. So tell us a little bit about investing into R&D. And I believe you're the first person really to have an R&D outlet in the space of tiles, in the tile segment.
We're the first government recognized R&D outlet. So we do 2 things in R&D. One is patents for making the consumer happier. So I'll talk about that in a minute. The other thing which we do in R&D is looking at how we can reduce the energy consumption in producing the same amount of tile without compromising any of the tile's attributes. So that's what we do with the R&D labs. But I think the biggest achievement has been our VC Shield tile, which is a patent which we filed for in 2005. We got it 3 years hence. It's been around some time now. It's VC Shield now for us has become a 300 plus crore rupee brand. The other patent which we filed for is Slip Shield. It's a slip resistant tile for wet areas, home for the aged, old people, etc. So any wet area for that matter. That's the patent which we've applied for. We still haven't got it, but it's a slip resistant tile without the undulations.
And also what we've noticed in your showroom is, I believe, a brand campaign of yours, Nahi Fislenge. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this was a unique idea. It was a campaign which the radio was running, and we latched it on and combined it with a Nahi Fislenge, the slip shield tile I talked about. I think it was a great idea where the brand took responsibility of an everyday situation, which is the Nahi Fislenge attitude in India, whether it's spitting on the road, throwing kachra on the road, leaving running water while you're brushing, various other things. There was one interesting one which came up, was something Gupta and Sons, and somebody objected as to why sons, why not daughters. So mindset changes within India. So we took that campaign forward. Obviously, we tagged it with our slip shield tile and tried to make some kind of a semblance and some kind of a relation there, a correlation there. We ran it, and it very surprisingly for 4 days it was number one on Twitter. Trying to make a small difference, every drop makes a difference.
Great, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Samani, for joining us, and all the best with your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.